Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Cook with Sana Kuram. This is Sana. They say it smells a lot like Christmas. Of course, it's true, as the feast of the Nativity is coming closer to infuse your life with positive energy, good vibes, and lots of love and laughter. Think of Christmas gifts, and if they're handmade by you, it would convey a deeper level of thoughtfulness as you've put in your time, effort, and thoughts to create something special for your loving souls. And a box of chocolates as a Christmas gift never goes out of fashion because there's always time for chocolate. So, today I'm going to show you all how to make Ferrero Rocher type chocolates at home. I should admit that my first attempt in making these chocolates was a failure, and eventually I tried for the second time to get the perfect texture, size, and taste of these incredibly unique, addictive, and delicious chocolates. I have shared some important tips in this video so that you will be able to make them perfectly in your first attempt itself. Now come, let's get started. The most important ingredient that gives that unique flavor and that characteristic crunchiness to these chocolates are the hazelnuts. I have taken about 200 grams of hazelnuts, toasted them over a very slow flame and cooled them in room temperature. Reserved about 25 whole hazelnuts and chopped the rest using a knife. Never replace hazelnuts with any other nuts. These are ready-made crispy wafer shells. You get these in Amazon. I have shared the buying link in the description box. Fill one of the shells with Nutella like this. Using piping bag makes the work simple and neat. Now gently press in a toasted whole hazelnut into it and fill the other shell with Nutella. Now cover the hazelnut with some more Nutella, cover the entire hazelnut. This is melted chocolate which is at room temperature. Line the edge of the shell with this melted chocolate. I have used dark chocolate as I was running short of milk chocolate. You can use milk chocolate to match with the color of the Nutella, and it's better to use milk chocolate. I do this to join the two hemispheres to make the balls. Using melted chocolate is the best technique to attach the two hemispheres, as the chocolate gets glued tightly when it dries up. As I had already mentioned that my first attempt was a failure because I just smeared the Nutella at the edges to connect the two hemispheres and placed the balls in the freezer for 15 minutes. But by this method the wafer shells lost their crispiness and they turned quite chewy. So I thought of covering the hemispheres with this melted chocolate, and I had smeared the chocolate all over the ball like this. Now after covering all the balls with the melted chocolate, they should be kept aside in room temperature for 30 minutes and should never be frozen or refrigerated. This is very important. Please don't freeze it or refrigerate. By this technique, the wafer balls, they remain crispy because the dried chocolate do not allow air to enter into the balls, and the two shells remain intact without breaking apart. Till we complete the entire process of chocolate making. You should smear the chocolate with your fingers like this. Never dip the balls in the melted chocolate and roll over the chopped hazelnuts. If you do that, the size of the balls will increase and you will get macro Ferrero Rochers. I made this mistake in my first attempt and hence I am cautioning you. Now the chocolate coated balls have dried well. So we can proceed with the next step. Take 400 grams of chopped milk compound chocolate. Use only milk compound and not dark or white compound. Microwave for 1 minute to melt them. You can use even double boiling method to melt the chocolate. I have lined a tray with parchment paper. Keep it aside. Now I have taken melted chocolate and I've added the chopped hazelnuts into it, which is at room temperature. Mix well. Another important tip which I wanted to share is that the melted chocolate should not be hot while doing this process, because if the chocolate is hot, the wafer balls would turn soggy when you dip them into it, and the two hemispheres they may even get detached. When you mix the chopped hazelnuts, the chocolate turns thicker, and when you coat the balls into it and place over the parchment paper, they will never spread or drip off from the balls. Take a chocolate coated ball and dip into the melted chocolate using a spoon. See that it coats well. Now use a fork to drain off the excess chocolate. This step is very important because if there's more of chocolate, then it would spread on the parchment paper and the balls would lose their perfect round shape. So the chocolate should not be dilute. Do this process at a fast pace as the chocolate may get dried up. But not to worry, you can microwave the chocolate once again for another 20 seconds to get that dipping consistency again. Now place the chocolate hazelnut coated ball over the parchment paper gently. You can see that the chocolate has not spread on the paper as we have mixed the right amount of chopped hazelnuts. Now refrigerate them only for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you can remove them from the refrigerator and bring them to room temperature and store in an airtight container. If there's excess chocolate, you can scrape them off and bring them to perfect spherical shape like this. If you follow this method, you will get 100% perfect Ferrero Rocher type chocolate in your first attempt itself. This is original Ferrero Rocher chocolate. You can see how it is. And this is the one which I made. You can see that the size, texture and finishing is quite justifiable to compete with the original Ferrero Rocher chocolate, right? These chocolate paper cups and the golden chocolate wrappers I bought from online portal. I have shared the buying links in the description box. Friends, amaze your friends and family by gifting them your handmade delicious Ferrero Rocher chocolates this festive season, and I'm sure you will hear the best compliments from them in return. Friends, if you like this recipe and my video, please share it with your nears and dears, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and enable the bell icon to get notifications of my new uploads. Thank you all very much for watching my video. Meet you all in my next upload. Until then, this is Sana signing off with lots of love.